Hey everyone, it's Audrey. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do 4 easy crafts that are perfect for summer. Let's get started. The first craft we are doing today are these adorable lip gloss charms. This is all the stuff you will need. I bought 2 different Summer Fridays lip balms and they are amazing. If you don't have one, go buy one. And all of these items we linked in the description box down below. I got this perfect gold keychain hardware from Hobby Lobby, but I linked a similar one from Amazon. Grab some of your string and cut off a piece. Mine was probably around 25 inches, but you're going to fold it in half like this and loop it onto the keychain ring. So put the loop into the ring and then put the ends through that loop you just made and pull it nice and tight. Now for my favorite part, start stringing beads on. I went with a little ocean beach dolphin theme. The dolphin bead was too small for the 2 strings to fit, so if you run into this problem, I just slid it onto one of the strings, then continued using both strings for the rest of the beads. When you get to your desired length, just tighten a knot at the bottom. Make sure you do really good knots so that the beads don't explode, fly everywhere in a public place. And I cut it super close to the knot and then even fried the ends a bit with a lighter to really lock it in place. This keychain came with an extra attachment thing where I just put a big starfish bead on. This next step is to take a thumbtack or a nail and poke a tiny hole in the corner of the lip gloss. Be careful with this part to make sure you don't put a hole in the actual gloss part, and also make sure it's not too close to the edge where it might rip off really easily. Take some pliers and open up the tiny ring on the keychain and attach it to the tiny hole you just made on the lip gloss. And then clamp the ring closed and you are done. I also made another one with the cherry lip gloss that turned out just as cute. I love this keychain because you can even customize it with letters or initials or words. I love it. On to the next craft. I bought these wooden craft frames to put seashells on. The first thing I did was paint the edges. The front will be covered by plaster and seashells anyway, so I just did a rough little layer. While I let that dry, I opened up this package of seashells and started arranging them on another frame. I bought these seashells, but this is such a fun idea if you wanted to collect your own seashells from different places or from a beach and then put a picture in that you took from that beach. You will need some sort of plaster or spackling. I got this Drydex kind from a hardware store. It starts off as this super cute pink color and then it dries white. It's like magic. I had this weird plastic thing that I used to apply the Drydex, but you can also just use like a popsicle stick or a butter knife and make sure you just apply a really thick layer of the pink stuff to the frame. And as you go, you can just start sticking on your seashells. let it dry for a few hours or just when all the pink disappears, and like I said, bam, just like magic, it's white now. I got a few pictures printed off from Walgreens that I've taken of the ocean and put them in the frame, and OMG, I think it looks so good. Can you tell I love it? All you have to do now is put the little wooden dowel thing in the back and it is done. This next craft is a fun one. I'm not a ceramics artist by any means, but I tried my best for this clay seashell trinket tray. I bought some of this Sculpey oven bake clay and decided to mix 2 colors. I used only half of each color, so if you wanted, you could make 2 of the same seashells with this amount. Guys, I don't really know if this is the right technique, but it works, and I just kind of rolled them around to create a marbled effect until I thought it looked good. And then also for like shaping the seashell, I used the end of a paintbrush and a random pen to help me actually shape it into a seashell. Once I got it to my desired shape, I just used this metal spatula to transfer it to a baking sheet with parchment paper. And it depends on what kind of clay you have, but my instructions said to bake it in the oven for 30 minutes per each 1/4 of an inch at 270 degrees Fahrenheit. Now it is all done. And you have a cute little place to put your jewelry or random trinkets. Last but not least, here is how to make an embroidered patchwork t-shirt. You can also do this with a tote bag. This pink shirt is linked in the description, and these are just random scraps of fabric I had. I started by sketching on my shapes that I wanted with a white pencil. You can also use chalk, and I decided to do 3 stars. After you sketch out your shape, lay a piece of interfacing on the bottom of it. There is one bumpy side of interfacing and then there's one non-bumpy side. So put the wrong side of the fabric against the bumpy side of the interfacing. I then pin them together and cut it out. Then go ahead and just repeat this with your other stars or shapes. Right here is me remembering that I need to wash and dry the shirt before I attach the stars to ensure it doesn't shrink. You should do this too. While the shirt is drying, I took my shapes to my ironing board and put it face down like this and lay a scrap piece of fabric over it and just iron it for a few seconds, basically just until you can tell that the interfacing has adhered completely to the fabric. I brought them back to my table and trimmed them up, and then after that I got my t-shirt out of the dryer and arranged the stars where I wanted them to go. I decided on this pink embroidery thread to attach the stars and just began sewing them on. It definitely helped to pin down the stars so that they wouldn't move. You can also use an embroidery hoop if you have one. And also make sure that when you're sewing them on, you're only going through the front of the shirt, not both sides, or else you will not be able to use the shirt. Once you make it all the way around the star, complete your last stitch and turn the shirt inside out to find where I first knotted the string, and go ahead and knot this one off. I just slide the needle into a little bit of the fabric like that and pull the end through, struggling a bit, and then just put the needle through this loop like that and pull it tight, and it should secure it pretty well. I did it twice just to really make sure it would stay. All you have to do now is repeat the process with the other stars, and you are done. I hope you enjoyed these crafts because I sure did. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video.